It is midday on Thursday. Almost the weekend for those of you that have your lifestyle of a Monday through Friday and waiting for the weekend. So, a little too early there. Get on our vibe. This is cards for collective. I'm a big believer that if something resonates, pay attention to that. A lot of these readings that people do online, even though it's very generic and can fit pretty much anyone's situation, but when you think about the multitude of how many videos there are out there, there's a ridiculous amount that you could click on. So you could click on one that has a subject about love, relationships. You can click on one that's a subject about finances, like without those titles being there, right? I believe that we have the capability, our higher selves place things in front of us for a reason. So you could be clicking on any video, but you're clicking on the ones that resonate for the messages that you specifically need. And sometimes you land on things that aren't for you, it's for someone else, and it won't resonate. But generally, when you need it, you're going to be clicking on the one that you needed to hear. And it was made for you because everything is connected in that sense. The internet is not just algorithms. It is still magic because it is still part of this reality. So, with that all said, what is a card the collective needs to hear to get through to their weekend? It's a wonderful day. Ho-ho. Pleasure. Wow, that's amazing. So, pleasure is number 10 in this deck. And it says, enjoyment, beauty, sensuality, and indulgence. A woman's laying there. Wonderful. She's got her feet up. Pay attention to maybe like the gold dripping there. Almost as what she touched kind of turns to gold. It's wonderful. Nice little crocodile down there at the bottom. You can tell she has no care in the world for that crocodile. There's so many worries and fears out there, but you just have to realize that we don't need to subscribe to that, right? We don't need to subscribe to the fears. All right, let's go a little deeper. By engaging your senses in simple pleasure, you can connect with the very essence of life. So on the banks of quiet stream, a woman enjoys a quiet moment of solitude. A quiet moment of natural, sensual pleasure. Soft afternoon light kisses her face and the taste of fresh juice on her tongue. Sounds and smells of nature gently share their song. One foot dipped into the mouth of a fresh spring, the other dangles above the stream, unaware of what quiet dangers may lurk beneath. That would be that alligator, right? She should lose herself entirely in the moment. But for now, all is in balance. Another quiet breath and the threat of danger will have passed, revealing that perhaps it was never a threat in the first place. Well, that's interesting, because how many times are we near? I mean, that's great. That's great. I love it. Anyway, so amidst the rapid pace and daily demands of life, taking the time to indulge in pure pleasure is rarely included on our to-do list, or it is the first to be removed once we get busy. When was the last time you did something just because it made you feel good? Now's the time to allow your senses to genuinely engage with more of the simple and profound pleasures of life. Prepare a special meal and savor each of the flavors and textures. Immerse yourself in the sounds of the natural world. Watch children or animals at play and join them. Pamper yourself or cuddle a loved one. Take the time to walk along the beach or through the trees. If you feel guilty enjoying pleasure for yourself, take a breath and sense where this feeling stems from. Remind yourself, life is meant to be enjoyed. If we never allow pleasure, we can become numb and forget how to feel. Ain't that the truth? We become snappy like the crocodile, lashing out from the unfulfilled space within. If we overindulge, always looking outside of ourselves for something to feed our sensual desires, in time, our surface pleasures lose their appeal or can even become unhealthy addictions. Sensations are most pleasurable in balance. By allowing yourself to engage your senses in things you find pleasurable, you connect with the very essence of life. Joy and pleasure are fundamental ingredients of a nurtured and fulfilling existence. If we are open, we can discover simple pleasures in all moments of life. Every person deserves pleasure in their life. Give yourself full permission and, in truth, an ultimatum to include the experience of pleasure in your world. Yep. There's a lot of things in there that resonate to me. Probably would have resonated a lot harder a couple days ago, but I've really taken the time to intentionally ask myself in the morning, what can I do to include a little bit more joy, a little bit more play, a little bit more childlike experience into my day, asking Source to guide me each day. And anyway, I think that card is super relevant with the weekend coming up or people just trying to get through. You know, even tonight, before the weekend, so if you still have one more work day, do something for yourself, something super simple, and try and do it in a healthy way. You know, if you're trying to be mindful of what you're eating and you want to do maybe a little cheat meal, instead of it being a cheat meal of extra sugars or fats, like instead of chips and salsa and cheesecake, which are my two favorites, so I just throw those out there, maybe you do a really awesome avocado or a fruit salad, like something different, something a little bit more straight from source. I always like to think of food, if it has geometry in it, it's edible. If it does not have natural geometry, it's not food from source. Compassion's on the bottom. Compassion's always a nice one. All right, well, let me know your thoughts. Enjoy your weekends.